Now, thousands of Australians have attended candlelight vigils calling on the federal government to take in more Syrians as the world faces its biggest refugee crisis since World War II. But there are divisions about how many humanitarian refugees we should accept.
If you want to have a peace and harmony in this country, you cannot keep increasing the Muslims, Islam in Australia. We are going to have huge problems down the track.
This is different, and the world can't sit back. Angela Merkel deserves the Peace Prize for the fact that Germany has stepped up to the plate, which our country has not.
So there are some people who are, for example, living with friends and relatives in Lebanon, but will be going back when they feel it's safe. There are others who, it wouldn't matter whether the conflict was over or not, they would be persecuted because they're ethnic religious minorities. And so that is the group that we're focusing on.
That was really good. Julie Bishop couldn't talk about numbers, but she did say in that interview to us that Australia will be generous, and they're just working out the numbers, which is fabulous to hear. Let's bring in our angels. Editor-at-large at news.com.au, Melissa Hoyer, cross-cultural consultant, Tasneem Chopra, and at the morning shows, Kylie Gillies. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning. Julie Bishop was very measured, I thought, with what she said to you this morning. Absolutely. I mean, we have to be, and it's more than just being compassionate. We have to actually now do something about it. I mean, that image we saw of the young Syrian boys we know is just etched in all of our minds. But we do have to genuinely do something. We will. Then you hear someone like Pauline Hanson saying absolute rot about, we can't let any of these people in because they are this and that. I mean, that is just ridiculous. We need to do it. Numbers are difficult. I think there was a number of 30 to 50,000 being mooted that could come. But absolutely, we have to do something.
But we do, and Tasneem, we've done this before, you know, and we've had people like Pauline sort of be a bit hysterical. But you know, Malcolm Fraser, during his government, I think took in something like 60,000 Vietnamese refugees. Bob Hawke, 45,000 Chinese students were given permanent residency, and we have a thriving Vietnamese community and Chinese community in this country. So we can do it, and we do it well.
And look, statistically, we know this country is built on migration. 1 in 2 of us are either born overseas or has a family member who's born overseas. So this is the reality of where we're at, and we're looking, as Mel said, we're looking at Europe as an example. Countries like Finland, Hungary, Germany, they're taking such an enormous example of, between 800,000, refugees in some cases. So we have a long way to go. And Australia as a country, we're wealthy. We have resources. We have the most livable city in our country as well. I mean, this is who we are. And the UNHCR touts us as having the capacity, GDP-wise, of taking up to 200,000 refugees. Obviously, we're not going to do that. But certainly from where we are to where we could be, there's enormous strides, strides.
And Kylie, it's easy to be fearful, but you shouldn't be fearful. And don't let people play on your fear of the unknown.
And that's what Pauline is doing. 7 million Syrians displaced, 4 million have fled. Where would Pauline Hanson like them to go? Well, where does she think that they should go? We need to be compassionate, and we need to be responsibly compassionate too. We need to do what we can handle, but certainly we need to open our hearts and open our arms.
And Julie Bishop said they go, it's the same process we do with all refugees. You know, it's not open the floodgates and any man and his dog can come in. They've got to be processed through the centres, and that's terrific.
Yeah, there has to be responsibility as well.
Exactly. All right.